HIV diagnoses are ongoing to drop in the UK as it meets UN targets on diagnostic, treat and transfer for the at first period, on to a paper of Social Public Health England. It told Down there was no question preventive efforts to end the HIV plague were work. New HIV diagnoses in the UK bring down by 17% of 2016 to 2017, in distribution amongst gay and androgynous men decreasing. HIV charities told actual advance was creature done in the struggle versus HIV. Newest figures on HIV infections of FE show how recent year both of England and the UK common met three essential targets of 90% set by the Collaborative Joint Nations Programme on HIV/AIDS, UNAIDS. Common, 87% of human beings residing in HIV in the UK were alleged to include an undetectable virus loading and thus be incapable to contaminate other countries about the planet were taking into account a last date of 2020, but the UK met the targets in 2017. The UK's successful was downward to more than HIV test, enlarged condom use and human beings start their treat sooner, FE told. The presence of before exposure prevention, preparatory, a everyday tablet how disables HIV up it gets a death grip in the flesh, could as well be a element. The paper says down there has been a stable down tendency in new HIV diagnoses for several years and in HIV transfer amongst the team largest struck by the viral infection, men who include sex in men. In 2017, down there were 4,363 new cases of HIV in the UK, 3,236 in men, and almost part were undiagnosed at a deceased phase. Professor Noel Gill, Chief of Sexually Transferred Infections and HIV at Social Public Health England, told preventive efforts were work. But he told it was urgent how human beings had an HIV testing if they mind they were at hazard since previous diagnostic was key to break transfer. Our efforts must go on quickly in procedure to remove HIV. Treat for HIV is easily accessible and very efficient, authorizing human beings to dwell a length, wholesome lifetime. Down there are now a kind of ways human beings can defend themselves of creature contaminated in or fleeting on HIV, consisting use of condoms, preparatory, routine HIV test, and quick initiate of antiretroviral treat. On 100 to 1,000 human beings are alleged to be residing in HIV in the UK, but several 8,000, 8%, are yet mined to be ignorant of their contagion. Ian Verdant, head execution of Terence Higgins Confidence, told it was fabulous news story how the UK had achieved the UN's targets. But he told a new and aspiring goal was now necessary. The is far of the end and its period for us to be though more than aspiring as we job to end new HIV transmissions completely in the UK how since we're at a major time and must not endanger advance done by creature smug. Deborah O., head execution of the Domestic AIDS Confidence told the UK was now a world lead on HIV. The is an emergency time in the struggle versus HIV, in that all seems probable in the order policy will, invest and social supporting, we can remove HIV as a social public health risk and do actual advance to the UN goal to end HIV-related stigmatization.